No, I'm not gonna do this for 10 breaths. I don't need to do this for 10 breaths, but you do. No, I'm kidding. Should we leave that there?
Yeah.
What's going on, team? It's your girl Massy, and today I'm super excited to start a new series, and it's all about the core. I asked you guys last week on Instagram and TikTok what series I should be starting before I hit you with another In the Weight Room program video, and you guys talked about the core. There has been a lot of videos of mine explaining why you technically shouldn't be wearing a corset, wearing a waist trainer in the past week or so, going viral. I'm not talking about the six-pack muscles. I am talking about your core. And most of you guys do not know that the core starts from here all the way down to here. You guys are going to be performing this particular workout 3 times a week. For example, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And every single week, we will be doing another routine following this particular one. We're going to be advancing it. And after 3 weeks, your core, your movement, you are going to be amazed at what your body is able to do. No more back pain, no more waist trainers. Let's get it, team. Let's build a core of steel. So we're gonna start this workout with the first movement. We're gonna be doing 2 sets of 12 reps of the cat-cow. Now, make sure that you have your hands flexed and not being on your knuckles like I am because of my wrist, okay? So, we're gonna start making a straight line from shoulder to wrist, hip to knee. From here, take a nice deep inhale. Now sacrum goes up. We're gonna keep the arms really straight and you're gonna feel your abs stretching. And as we exhale, we're gonna tuck the hips under and bring the hips to our chest and our chest to our hips. And we're gonna be breathing all up in this area of the upper back. 12 reps. Inhale, exhale, and just feel your body. There's a lot of good things happening. On the tuck under, and you're gonna hear that word a lot here. Tuck under, it's going to feel like a crunch. We are preparing these guys to turn on. Arms should be nice and straight. So we're releasing the abs and turning the abs on. Notice areas that are tight, areas that are weak. So depending on where you are in your journey, this has been already a core workout. We're gonna follow with a bear position iso hold. So now we're telling the body, we need these arms to be strong, we need this core to stabilize ourselves in this position. We're gonna curl the hips under, right? We're gonna lift the knees off the floor and we're going to be holding for 30 seconds. Push away from the floor with the heels of the palms. You're gonna feel your legs. You're gonna feel a lot of things. If you're shaking here, it's okay, all right? Keep that spine neutral and keep thinking your abs are on, your obliques, your six-pack muscles. Everything is firing here. Push away. If you feel like you're collapsing, keep pushing away and just hold this position. 30 seconds. You see this? This is sweat coming down. Now, remember, iso holds are really important because it's time under tension. All these muscles that are keeping that position locked in are working, are building endurance, right? anytime that you see iso holds like a plank, we are promoting a lot of good things. We're promoting strength, right? We're locking position, and we're telling the body like, hey, we need you to be really strong at the hardest point of a position. So all the planks that we're gonna be doing today, they are working on position, making sure that you're stabilizing properly, building endurance, building strength. First things first, we're going to start with our first set of a high plank. Remember, I'm doing this on my knuckles, but I want you to do it supported on your hands. So same principles, we're going to push away from the floor, tuck the hips under, squeeze the thighs together, and hold for the duration of 30 seconds. We're going to be repeating every single movement back to back with no rest in between. What are we doing here? Not only our planks are a exercise for the core, right? But this is also working your legs and also working your arms. This is the start of a push-up, okay? A push-up is a moving high plank, okay? So we're targeting the anterior muscles and also the posterior muscles like our glutes for this particular movement. I'm not gonna weigh that much. I'm gonna come into my form and perform a side plank. Same thing, we are bringing the hips up, pushing away from the floor with our forearms. Now, I'm gonna tap on these obliques. These are your anti-rotators, okay? Anytime that you're doing explosive movements, lateral movements, or frontal movements, frontal plane movement, and you are maybe doing shuffles, these are the guys that are going to help stabilize. If you guys want to build balance when you're doing a split squat, this is it right here, okay? So keep at it. Find glute at the bottom by finding the lateral portion of this bottom foot. I'm gonna go now and do the other side. Reset. Now, if you look at this bottom foot, this bottom portion of my leg, I am going to be finding glutes. So I'm gonna push away from the floor with this forearm and find myself in a long straight line from the top of the head all the way to my feet. I'm gonna push away, find glutes, fire those glutes, and maintain the position. So we're taking care anterior, lateral, and then the next following movement, we're gonna hit these glutes and we're going to hit also anterior muscles of your abs. 3, 2, 1, there we go. You're gonna find a yoga block, right? And this is going to go between your legs. So you're going to be assuming the position of, wow, that hurts, Brian. This mic just stabbed me. I forgot it was behind me. Ow. Okay, so let's be in this bridge position, and guess what? I'm gonna tuck the hips under. I'm gonna squeeze the yoga block, and I'm going to raise my hips. If I'm doing this well, I am bringing the pelvis to my chest and my chest to my pelvis. So we are still in this exaggerated version of this tuck under. We are going to find our heels and push away from the floor. With those heels, automatically, we're gonna find glutes, squeeze, hold. Now, if you wanna be supported with your arms, you wanna take the arms out to engage more stability in the core, you can do that. Listen, this workout, I'm selling it as beginners, but I still do these movements. And if you look at last week's video on the upper body in the weight room, I'm doing them weighted. This is where it starts. Let's move on to the second set. Let's get it, team. If you guys want me to take you on a journey, my 365 program is up now. I'm gonna take you through a very developmental standpoint of movement, and I'm gonna work you out every single day for a year. All right, team, so I'm telling you to do 3 sets of our first circuit. Remember, back to back to back with very little rest in between. Rest if you need to, but as you get stronger throughout the week, I want you to go and back to back with those movements, okay? We're gonna start our second circuit. Let's start with one of my favorite movements that should be a resting position once you get comfortable and really strong in it. We're gonna start in a high plank, tuck under, and drive back to a down dog, okay? I want you guys to keep the arms really, really straight, right? And we're bringing our heels down to the ground. Some of you guys will not have this mobility, but it's okay. You won't have the mobility if you do not do the work. So continue to push away from the floor, bring in those lats and just breathe. Now, one of the reasons why I love the down dog to help our core is to release our posterior chain muscles, right? The calves get released, the hamstrings get released, and we get to be really strong here, okay? Okay. Now, my second favorite movement, and now this is going to look like I'm not doing anything, but the next 2 movements are very important in order to help you build this internal core. So I want you to take a look at this and follow along, and whether you are doing this as a advanced level or beginner, nothing changes. This should be really difficult when you try it, and it's difficult because it engages the entire core, all right? So you're gonna find a wall. I'm gonna use my couch. Hello. And we're going to go, like if we were doing a forearm plank, we are going to go reverse on whatever platform, the wall or the couch. Now, check this out. If I didn't have this mic here stabbing me, which let me know how it sounds, Brian. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of the mic. And now, check this out, what happens to my core. I am going to tuck under drastically. I am going to push away from the wall or the couch. I am going to bring up my legs with that tuck under, and I'm gonna start alternating my legs for the duration that is written on the plan. If you're doing this right, you're pushing away from the wall and you're tucked under the entire time. We're doing 8 repetitions. Now, I'm not exaggerating here. This is that hard. I couldn't even talk. Now, when you do this, there's a lot of good things that are happening, but what I would like you to think is we are tucked under, and keep that tuck under as you're reaching and alternating the legs. This is supposed to be that movement, that exercise, especially if you've never done it before. Now we're gonna take the same principles with this tuck under, right? And we are going to perform, bring the arms to a field goal position, and we are going to tuck under. It's gonna look ugly, right? Tuck under, you see the difference? This little tuck under, squeeze that yoga block and go side to side as you tuck. If you're doing this right, I can barely talk right now, but if you're doing this right, you're just rotating slightly from side to side while you're holding that position. This is going to be targeting obliques. We're doing 8 repetitions. Continue to tuck under as your back should be on the floor the entire time. Even at this level, this exercise still continues to be part of my regimen. All right, team, so let's get ready to cool down. We're gonna start in this nice child's pose, bring the hips down into this cobra. Stay right here, stretching those abdominals as much as you want, right? We're gonna curl the feet, uncurl the feet, and go into this child's pose here. Now, some of you guys will need to stretch out your abs more than others, but remember, The core is very different than the six-pack muscles. We're gonna help you train the core so that you're able to have a functional body. Remember, a six-pack is great, is cool, but if you're not building the foundation, a six-pack means nothing. I want you to have all the benefits of movement. I want you to have all the tools to be able to do everything that you would want without pain. I want you to move and find the funny movement. So on to the next video. No, what am I saying? I'm delusional. I'll see you guys next week. Don't forget to hit that bell button. Follow me across all social media platforms because this month is all about the core. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Let's go. Ow.